It is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle, and we just heard it, and that means it's time for football at Lumen Field.
Justin Tucker set to boom this one away. And off we go from Seattle. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
First carry here for Ken Walker.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. Geno now to throw.
Throw out wide to Walker.
So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And 3rd and 8 now.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. And now Smith going to change the play.
Throwing now is Geno.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
Off of play action, here's Smith.
And he's got Smith and Jigba.
And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now Geno. Forced out to his left.
And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Seahawks will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Well, he scrambled outside of the pocket, wondered what was going to happen there. He fired a dart. That's what happened.
He certainly did. Scrambled left, looked left, and then left it in the receiver's hands with some dispatch.
In the receiver's hands, in the end zone for the score. Myers connects on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball is going to come out to the 30-yard line.
Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 right at the 30. On the ground, this is Derrick Henry. And somehow he's going to get a yard out of this as he fought through that first contact. It's 2nd down.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
Now 2nd and 9.
To throw is Jackson.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Jackson.
Throw caught by Flowers.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big 3rd down pickup to keep their drive alive.
A first down carry for Henry. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
From the gun, it's Jackson. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Raven football here as we begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. Henry running right.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
They keep it with Henry on 1st down. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Jackson. Flushed out right. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Lamar Jackson, such a threat with those legs. Able to improvise and get the first.
I don't think that run was anything that was designed, but when his reads were blanketed, as he went through his progressions, all that was left was for him to run and try and pick it up himself.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Henry up the middle. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
He was brought down there by Julian Love. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. Second and 10.
And now Jackson will look to throw it. Escapes the sack. Escaping the pressure right. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
And here you're down in the red zone. You need to be smart, not force anything. So that's a wise decision to just get rid of the football.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. It muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Jackson from the shotgun. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for him. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Tucker's kick is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives. Now they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Here's Smith.
He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba.
It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They geared up and took the deep shot downfield, but it turned out it wasn't one-on-one coverage. Extra defenders in the area, and that one winds up incomplete.
Again, Smith. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they didn't completions on first and second down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
A shotgun snap for Smith. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just one first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
Hey, here we go, hey. 13 next. Hold on.
Here we go on fourth. Smith.
He'll let this go deep for Smith and Jigba.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Buying time to his left. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Geno Smith, a 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that pushes the lead up to 11. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range.
Looking for Aguilar. It's intercepted.
Picked off by Reek Woolen. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Those throwing windows get a lot tighter near the end zone, don't they? And here's the thing. You already probably have 3 points in your hip pocket. You force a throw here and give up an interception, you come away with nothing.
Especially tough in the middle third of the field where he threw that one.
And he is in for a Seattle touchdown. Geno Smith, A 21-yard touchdown run.
And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And oh, it's wide right. No good. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out.
Breaks the tackle. He's got room to run. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Jackson to throw. That one into the hands of Flowers.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15.
16 more on that one and another 1st down.
From the gun, Jackson. Touchdown!
Zay Flowers
in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Ravens are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Until that late score here in the second quarter, they'd only had the field goal, so that's just big to see that football get into the end zone.
Yeah, and when you look at the scoreboard now, nothing seems out of reach. They've been outplayed in the first half, but when the clock hits zeros as they head into the half, you know what I do as the head coach?
What?
I tell my team to sprint to the locker room to show that we've got the momentum and show that we're right back in this game.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt.
Middle. There we go, Sonoma. Hey, it's a clip.
The final shot here before break. Smith. Flush to his right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the third quarter.
And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff. And the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people would think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
Hey, middle.
Here's Jackson. Open man left side is Wallace, complete.
Now he's loose down the left.
The ball comes out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
Thankfully for the offense, a fortuitous bounce there on the fumble goes out of bounds because they're down here in the red zone. You don't want to lose one there.
You don't want to lose one, and the best part, because it went out of bounds, they retain possession, still have an opportunity to put points on the board.
Running left, it's Henry. And he's going to get it inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
He's had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Henry again on second down.
They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Derrick Henry taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Ravens have cut it back within a score. Well, that was a quick drive. The passing game set it up, and then the running game finishes it off.
And how about how few plays it was to get it done, but they threw it downfield and then pounded it into the end zone. And as a former defender, I can tell you, it hurts just a little bit more when they run it into the end zone instead of throwing it.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays.
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted.
Picked off by Roquan Smith.
And the return will stop right around the 25.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
They'll try and get the run game going. This is Henry. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. No gain on the play there. Second down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Throwing is Jackson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing to no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
At this point in the second half, one mistake on a forced throw could doom your chances of a comeback. So that's the right call there to just throw that one away.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. Flushed out right. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up fourth.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Tucker's kick is good, and that's going to tie things at 20.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line.
And Smith here, an audible at the line.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Escaping the pressure right.
Repeated the last play, finding Walker.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Line. 13X. Come on, shot.
Geno now to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And Walker with it over the middle. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 3 quarters have come and gone.
This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. All even as we get ready to start the 4th.
Look. Ours. Ready.
Here's Smith. Touchdown, Seahawks.
Jackson, Smith, and Jigba.
A 22-yard touchdown ground.
And the Seahawks have broken our tie and have taken a fourth-quarter lead.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
13X.
Geno's going to throw. And he is into the end zone. The conversion attempt is good, and that'll give him an 8-point lead here in the 4th. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. In just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and 2-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage.
And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Now it's Jackson. Looking for Bateman. He's got him complete. Jackson to Bateman there. First down, Ravens.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. First and 10 here.
Now it's Jackson.
And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted. Julian Love picks it.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now the Seahawks will bring the offense back onto the field, and they'll go for 2. After the interception, here's Smith. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Well, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There was a turnover, you take it away, they stuck it in the end zone, keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
We'll see if they can band back together after the pick 6. It hurt badly, but still within striking distance. A 2-score game with a good chunk of time on the clock. And that is incomplete. The coverage a little too good there, and it's second down.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman.
And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
Jackson now.
And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Will the defense pressure or sit back? Here's 4th and 5.
Here we go. It's Jackson on fourth down. It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Out to the right. He gets it to Lockett.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Seahawks have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter.
Myers connects on the PI.